Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you on this Sunday Night Live. It's brutally cold out there. It was a nasty cold day today. Details in your forecast. How low will we go and where? Coming up next.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching me, Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Thanks for chiming in, and thanks most of all to those of you on Facebook who have clicked the follow button. It means a lot to me to have more and more of you become followers regularly, and it helps Facebook deliver my broadcasts to more and more folks. Here's a look at those temperatures across the region, but first, oh my goodness, you got to check this out. We do have some mighty cold weather across the valley, and this is what it looks like across the region with regards to watches and warnings. You've seen this information throughout the day, but as we go ahead and go to these blue counties, it's an extreme cold warning, a rather new product, but it's the same thing, and kind of is replacing the old wind chill warnings. Well, we're going to have dangerous wind chills. There's no way around that tonight, but this allows the National Weather Service to have a product that makes sense even when we don't have nasty wind chills. We just have nasty cold air. We're gonna have both tonight. Okay, so from Jamestown, Devil's Lake, our entire area here, all the way up to Bemidji, Lake of the Woods, all the way out to Duluth, Grand Rapids, the Twin Cities in that light blue category. What's that? Well, the Dickinson area, Bismarck area, that's a cold weather advisory that is in effect in those particular areas. Now we're going to take a look at our temperatures across the area, and we're going to zoom right into the Fargo region here, and we'll tell you those air temperatures are 13 below at Moorhead's Airport, 12 below at Hector International, and when we get up to the north, it's no picnic there either. In fact, let's go ahead and go to the bigger picture here so you can read these numbers just a little better. Already 20 below zero in Moore Road, 15 below zero in Devil's Lake, 4 below in Bismarck, not quite as cold there. You can see this leading edge of the real sharp cold air, which extends from Minot and from Estevan, where it is 18 below zero right now. And we sneak out to the east a little bit farther. Look at this, Park Rapids, you're at 20 below zero. Let's go in a little bit closer so you can see a few more locations. So this is what the actual air temperatures are, and we're on our way down in a few places, particularly along north, and we're going to kiss those 30s below zero. In low spots that are calm, that's where those chances will be even better. So, you know, when you get in the hills up here near Cavalier on Highway 5, get down to the low parts of one of those valleys, you're going to see temperatures on your car's thermometer go from maybe 30 below in the bottom of that valley where the cold, dense, heavy air pools. Then when you go up to the top of the hill, it'll warm up significantly. I got a story about Bismarck when I was out there working on the north side of town up there, and I'll tell you what, we drove down by the airport one night after work, and the thermometer on the truck went from 5 above zero to 30 below zero. So we're that's 35-degree difference in just the, mile to 2 miles down toward the airport. It was amazing what terrain can do. Hi, Karen. Good to have you on board. Nathan, thanks for watching to all of you. Let's take a look at what's going on when we compare the wind speeds. Now, winds are not as gusty as we saw the other day, but we still have a few gusts out there where you see the brighter colors. That's where the gusts are a little bit higher. We're at 22-mile-per-hour gusts in Grafton, 17-mile-per-hour gust in and around Walhalla, 35-mile-per-hour gusts in Minot. So some of the strongest wind gusts are to the north and down to the south in near the Aberdeen area. This is what it feels like then on exposed skin when we factor what's called the wind chill. Look at that. Oh my goodness. As you look out into Harvey and the Wells County area, it looks like we're 42 below zero for a wind chill there, 43 below in Belcourt, 31 below up in Langdon, 36 below right now is what it feels like on exposed skin if you happen to be out in War Road, and 33 below zero in Detroit Lakes. So no lakes area is immune from this cold. 33 below for Babe the Blue Ox. That's too cold for an ox. 37 below in Park Rapids. So again, a good reminder for you to take care of your furry four-legged friends. My good friend Pedro, my good friend Leonardo DiCaprio remind you to think of your furry friends. Would you look at this ridiculousness? Estevan, and to the north as we go up north of the border there in northwest North Dakota in the oil patch, 50 below zero for wind chills already, and we're on our way down even colder than that. So it's going to be a brutal night tonight, folks. No way 2 cents about it. It's certainly going to be a trick. So here is a look at your forecast. Let's go to a look at the wind chills as we go into the forecast model here. What I'm going to do is pull up some details on this forecast model. And since really, if I fast forward through this puppy, you're going to see that really significant snow is not in the offing here as we go through. But what is going to be is a chance as we get out into Wednesday for some warm front type snow. So midweek warmer weather is on the way, but it's going to be brutally cold all the way until that time. And even during this event, we'll still have a chance for some mighty cold air. So let's take a look at the wind chill index. These are wind chills, not temperatures. We're going to step through this in time here as we go through the overnight hours. And again, watch the time here. When we go to 10 to 12Z, that's daybreak. Daybreak wind chills. Remember, all week Hutch has been saying 55 below, 55 below. I think we'll see a few pockets of 60 below wind chills out there. Some of the strongest winds will be ripping from up here in the oil patch through Minot, the James River Valley, and Devil's Lake Basin. So this entire area here where you see these deep blue colors are at risk of seeing ridiculously low morning wind chills as you're heading out on your way to work on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as we remember the good works of a very, very good man. Now, as we take a look at the rest of the day, look at this. No picnic either. 55 to 60 degree wind chills will last all the way till midday, 1800 hours Greenwich Mean Time. That's midday, and we're still 40 to 50 below for wind chills. No significant improvement. Air temperatures will be ridiculous. The coldest of the air stays locked right here from Minot through the Red River Valley and into western and central Minnesota. Look at the wind chills in the Twin Cities. 40 below. Are you kidding me? If you're in southeast Minnesota, 30 below for wind chills out there. And it's going to remain this way throughout the entirety of your Monday. Heading into Tuesday, some of the coldest of the wind chills will be right here in parts of Manitoba from Winnipeg through Brandon and on in towards the northern portions of northeast North Dakota, where we'll see some wind chill values down around 50 degrees to 60 degrees below once again. Finally, warmer temperatures and wind chills will take hold as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday, as a good warm front moves through with growing pains, as Hutch always likes to say. Something to keep in mind there. All right, the satellite view shows the picture clear skies that we've seen across the area. Have you seen the big stars out there? It's beautiful out there. There's the lights of the Twin Cities. There's the lights of the oil patch. Just a few clouds present inside the region, and just ice crystals form. I've said this before, but if somebody in Winnipeg belches, it might snow a little bit farther downwind from that, because the air that is this cold does not hold moisture very long. All right, let's see if we've got any questions for you here before I move on to more details in the forecast. Good evening to you. Hope you guys enjoyed the football this weekend. Even though my team was not in it anymore, I still watched some good games out there. That was kind of fun. And I'm here to get you the forecast information you need before the details of the timing. You don't have to wait around until after the game or for a late newscast. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with regards to some photo uploads, because you have delivered when I ask you to send photos in. Check some of these out. This is just incredible. You know, this little squirrel here was looking around for something to eat, and that is Amber in Moorhead. Takes a picture of this little fella right here, just staring right at the camera. And I believe that I read that was oh my, what kind of a fruit was that? It's pomegranate. So good treats for the squirrels there. Amber, thanks for sharing your photo. I really appreciate it. Oh, this one is just really liking them pomegranates. So Mr. Squirrel enjoying pomegranate on a chilly day indeed. That's what it was. So that's squirrels out there. Mostly moony, says Tiffany Qualley out there, with the rising moon looking very orange in the skies over the valley on this particular night when that was taken on the 17th. And then Tiffany sharing this beautiful birdie bird out there, nuthatch out there. Flying around trying to grab some snacks and stay warm. Now, we saw a lot of roads like this over the last couple of days. Heidi sharing this from rural Gary. And a lot of wind and snow keeping things quite icy across the region. Remember, you can always upload the very latest on hutchesweather.com. Hutchesweather.com is a great place to go for your weather information. So we'll go over there real quick, and then we'll get back to your cold facts. Now, a couple things you're going to see on hutchesweather.com from time to time when I think something interesting is going on. I'm going to paste a layer up here where you can see more details about how low we go. And if you click on the buttons on this particular website, it's going to take you to some more information that I've prepared for you. So keep that in mind. Head over to hutchesweather.com. You can click here to find out morning low information and some of the wind chills that we went through today. Crystal quiet conditions here. If you watched any playoff football, the radar on this puppy will show you that it was anything but quiet in both locations playing football today. That's Buffalo, New York, and Rochester getting lake effect snows, and brutally cold air that we have here is cycling out there. Look at this. You don't oftentimes see it snowing like crazy in Boston and Philly, but this cold air has gone offshore, meaning it's cold enough for snow in Boston, New Bedford, all the way down into Brooklyn and Long Island. So there's definitely some wintry weather on the East Coast. Hutch's weather makes that possible for you as well. And check this out. One of the cool things is right at the top of the page here, you can get your road conditions. So know before you go, any state, any province in our region, I've got you covered. It's one-stop weather shopping, get your forecast. And don't forget to sign up for emails from Hutch when something particularly important to you that I judge. I'm going to send you an email blast letting you know what that information is, and then you can have a link on there right to hutchesweather.com to get the latest. So again, I do not share your information with anybody, so I appreciate your trust in signing up for emails on hutchesweather.com. All right, and in fact, when I'm live, it'll tell you right at the top of my page, hey, Hutch is live right now. Click here and you can watch and resume watching the update. Okay, now let's take a look at our forecast, and we're going to start with a look at the tonight. How low will we go? These are actual air temperatures. Now, you notice there was a pretty sharp warm up in southwest North Dakota, but if you're calling 18 to 20 degrees below zero warm, that's anything but warm. 8:04 sunrise in Fargo, 22 below on your car's thermometer, making everything seem blurry, including Hutch Johnson. There we go. Now I'm back into focus. 26 degrees below as we look into the area of Minot. Sneaking out so you can see Bemidji 23 below, 26 below in Warroad, Minnesota. Baudette at 23 below. 26 below in Thief River Falls, and look at this, 15 below all the way down to the south and to the east, and looking in on the Twin Cities here, 12 below zero in the Twin Cities. That's the actual air temperature. Now, let's take a look at those wind chills. We'll start out east. Oh my goodness. Babe the Blue Ox will have to keep Paul Bunyan warm. 43 below zero for a wind chill in Warroad, 47 below, and 47 below also in Baudette. Morning wind chills will be 55 below. I'm sticking to that number for many up here in north central to northeast North Dakota. Walhalla, Langdon, Netchie, all of you, Cavalier, a chance at being 50 to 55 below on and off throughout the entirety of not only the morning, but the whole dang day, because the wind and the cold is going to stick around. Fargo, Moorhead, 40 below for a wind chill. Grand Forks, 45 below. Remember, these northwest winds tend to funnel their way through the Devil's Lake Basin and the James River Valley. That's where we see some of our strongest wind gusts in flows like this. So that's a look at your morning tomorrow. Afternoon highs, here you go. Well, don't shed the flannel nor anything that's of substance, because it's going to be brutally cold. Afternoon temperatures will be in the teens to 20 degrees below zero in some of our northern communities, and wind chills will stay near 50 below in northern parts of North Dakota and stay close to that value as well in northern Minnesota. The trees do help slow down the wind just a pinch. Gusts to 30 miles per hour. Will still be brutal, though, in some spots. Now, as we head to bed on your Monday afternoon or after night, and then as you go to bed and wake up on Tuesday, still brutally cold. Air temperatures 20 to 30 degrees below for many areas. And the wind chills, the coldest, will be focused on the Red River Valley, 50s below, including 55 potentially once again. And we'll see some brutally cold wind chills making their way all the way south into St. Cloud and Minneapolis. 30 to 45 below zero in the Twin Cities as we go through. After that, there is a warming trend. And folks, it looks something like this. It's looking good out here. Now we got a good old Mr. Cold Weather up here. 22 below for an air temperature in Fargo. 12 below will be your afternoon high. That's mighty chilly. Wind chills could be as low as 60 below in our region. I'm not calling for that number in Fargo. I think Fargo's wind chill values will be in the mid 40s below throughout the day tomorrow for sure. Another cold one, in fact, the coldest air mass yet in the Red River Valley. It's focused right smack dab over the top of us, 24 below. And then in the afternoon, do you see this up arrow? We're rising even when we go to bed from 9 to 22, but it's going to come with some growing pains. You saw those snow showers out there as that warm front moves through, and then another cold front moves through. So you're going to be warmest on Wednesday in the morning, and then you're dropping to 11 in the afternoon. That don't hardly even seem fair. But if you want to enjoy some warmth, get up early on Wednesday morning. Okay, that's a Hutch Sunday Night Live trip and tip. All right, now as you look at this, we're going on our way back down below zero, but not as cold as we've been. Then temperatures on the way out as we go through the late part of the week looking pretty good, 26 degrees. But highlighted Friday in red because I think we're going to have seriously gusty wind with some flakes of snow coming through, and it could cause some travel troubles the way it looks. The last couple of days, we've seen evidence that there's going to be a midweek hiccup in the forecast, and this one as well. I'm pretty confident we're going to see some impacts in our area. That's why I've highlighted that as a day that Hutch will be paying attention for you. As we stay warm and warm up over the frozen tundra, though, I've talked about this before, we could end up with days of fog. We could end up with days of just flurries, some warmer air over the top of the colder air, making snowflakes. That's forecast. Let me see if I've got any questions from you, my faithful viewers. Thanks, Betty, for watching. Ready for a warm up? And yes, I am. I hope you are as well. Mike, thank you so much. Whopping minus 15, minus 35 wind chill in Grafton. Oh, yuck. Kathy says, Burr. Sheila says, good evening. Watching from Wheaton. It's so good to have you on in Wheaton, Minnesota. Look at this. Hello in Oakley. Good to have you on, Leora. Thanks for watching, Tiffany and Comstock, and thank you for all your awesome pictures. The birds were fantastic. Orange and red moon usually means fire smoke in the atmosphere. Michael, that's exactly true. Sometimes we can't tell if there was a filter on that photo, so I don't know about that, but there was plenty of smoke in the western atmosphere, okay, from the fires that took place out in California, and those fires do loft quite a bit of stuff up into the upper atmosphere. We can track a little bit of that if you want to get an answer on where that smoke is, and I'll do that right now with a US view of this model here. Check this out. And I can plot on this particular model. It's the HRRR if you want to try this at home. And some of the possible things that we can talk about is vertically integrated smoke. You take a column of air from the atmosphere all the way up to the top, and you can calculate in the atmosphere how much smoke particulate matter there may be. So that's what this model is showing us. I'm going to go back to one that pulls out a little bit farther in time. And what you're going to see is there are some source points for some fires in the atmosphere right off the Houston coast. It looks like there's one. See that? But notice the flow of all this nonsense is kind of south of us. So there could be some reaching the upper levels of the atmosphere, but it's not a calculatable amount here. So I wasn't seeing the potential for a lot of that, but there certainly is the potential for some of that smoke to have made its way up. The other thing one can look at, Michael, when we're looking at this, is going to be upper level winds. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek at that. And right quickly, we'll just take, I'm going to get a more global model for this. Let's go with the American. Let's go with the upper air winds at least the 300 millibar level. So when the smoke particulate matter gets way up high, the wind, notice it's moving from the Pacific Northwest straight down to Texas. So this flow is not conducive for any wildfire smoke to make its way from the California fires into our area at all. So that's why I didn't mention too much about the smoke, but you're right on. Usually orange means exactly what you said it means. So thanks so much for joining me. By the way, Michael, I appreciate your insight into that, and it's always fun to check on these things together. Stephen, thank you so much for watching from Manoman, Boozoo indeed, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend and stayed warm. Tiffany, what's the weather looking for Comstock? It looks just brutally cold. Your wind chills are going to be in the 40-degree below range first thing in the morning. And Tiffany, I think we're going to stay parked in that 35 to 45-degree below regime for wind chills all day long. Air temperatures about 20 below to start your day. So definitely a cold one. Angela, thank you so very much for watching. Thanks for your photos and uploads to hutchesweather.com as well. I sure appreciate you. That's a look at your forecast. Again, please remember hutchesweather.com for the latest updates on anything weather, road conditions you can know before you go. And it's your one-stop shop for all of that information right on your mobile device. Go to hutchesweather.com. Please hit the follow button on Facebook. Please stay warm. Be careful. Remember your four-legged furry friends and keep them inside if you can. And if not, give them a nice warm place to sleep so that they can stay out of this nonsense. For now, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Check on your neighbors. Air conditioners are turned off, but furnaces are working overtime. And you got to make sure to check that furnace filter to make sure that that flow is going through your heating device promptly. So do that. And for now, have a wonderful